Hello, good morning. It's Sunday morning here. Well, the weather today is pretty, but starting tomorrow until I think Thursday or Friday, we will be stuck in the house. It's gonna be raining and raining a lot. Okay, for today, I just want to share my thoughts about how do you know when a foreigner has really true love for you. Well, let's start when someone from a different country move just to be with you. That is a lot to take on because imagine you are moving from a country where you grow up, you learn everything since birth, and then one day you have to leave. You're gonna tell me, well, because that country is better. Yes, of course, it's better, especially if I can have an access the things that I wanted to have, but I could not afford it. But there's other things, reasons behind on that. First, the language. If you have not heard about their languages before, and you're just hearing that from neighbors, but when you went to the school, it was never even part of your curriculum. That was tough. Then you don't know exactly what the culture, the people in that country you're going to. My thing is when I moved from Philippines to America, it was pretty exciting. At least I kind of have a background about American culture because I met some people that are from America and I have relatives that lives in America. We have classes that English is incorporated, and I watch a lot of movies, which is mostly are Americans. But when you move to that country, it's still different. It's a lot of adjustment. You don't have your friends that you have developed relationships since you were young, and then you will be relying to your partner. Um, that's why when you move to abroad and you are a foreigner there, you rely everything to your spouse. I moved to America, I don't even have money to pay for everything. Everything has to be paid by my husband. He has to prove the government that he can support me. But lucky for those of you that your spouse moved to the country where you're from, let's say Philippines, and you didn't have to deal all of these changes, but you just have to be patient with your foreigner spouse. If there are things that you're having a difficulty and it sounds like a lot of complaints to you, because they are adjusting. You see, there's a lot of differences in America and Philippines, and you have to be very, very understanding to them because their country has a lot of things that are so easy to access, and compared to our country where they need to learn, and you have to be prepared to inform that to them. If they don't know it and you don't know it, you have an advantage to know it because that is your primary language. You have a lot of people to ask to. Now my question to you is, did you regret being with a foreigner, or you just wish that you could have been with someone that is next to you, your neighbor, or the same culture with you? But it's all about how much love do you have to this person. When I moved to America, I have a lot of things that I have to adjust. But the fact that I have understand a lot of uh, words, I already know speaking English, and I have a comprehension with English. And even if I'm living here for 18 years, it's still adjustment for us for having this conversation, language barrier, but we learn from each other. And also, I I make friends with the people that lives here. I learn more about every day is a learning background. Do not be afraid to have them associate with other people, especially if you're the one has a lot of friends and then he doesn't have friends. Find ways for them to to see if he can have someone fellow that speak, let's say, the same language, because when you move to America you will miss that too. I suggest that you give more patience and understanding to them, just like my husband did. When I moved to California, South Lake Tahoe, there's a lot of things that I don't understand. He never left me unless he has to go to work, but he never left me anywhere until I'm comfortable being alone with fellow Filipinos. I he made sure when we moved to Las Vegas, I'm around with Filipinos, and then he joined the military. He had to give up and leave his own circle too. He had to give up living away from his parents, from his sister, niece, and nephew, just to make sure that we can have our own life. So if your spouse is having a hard time in the environment where you're at, you have to sit down and discuss that to them, because no matter what happened, you will want them to be comfortable. They move with you, but it doesn't mean that you have to keep them in your own circle. You have to see where you're going to compromise, because if not, you're both going to be in miserable. You will have to choose, either you want to be with this person or you want to be where you're at, but this person is miserable. That's it for now, and I hope you continue to enjoy watching my blog, and this thing is making sense with you. Moving to a different country is not easy, and there's a joy, there's precious moments that you would love, but of course you're always gonna miss your home. But how whatever it takes, it will take many years before I can come home, or I will always miss Philippines. And there are a lot of things that I'm used to America too. But one thing for sure, that when the time comes that I move to Philippines, I know both of us are adjusting, but I still ahead from my husband. The there will be a lot of things that I have to make sure that he's informed, that we are both informed, and every decision is me and him. Not my family, not my best friends. I listen to my best friends because we both built our relationship. We both built our life. When we have problem financially, mentally, emotionally, we call each other only. Not everyone is available 24/7 other than your better half. And that's all for now, and have a great Sunday everyone.